Hi everyone, it's Anastasia. I'm the founder of Inkwell Games, and I'm here with today's edition of You Ask, We Solve. He's working on the Friday, June 20th puzzle, which is a free puzzle. It's a 3 puzzle piece on the level difficulty scale. And he's placed a fair number of X's, and he wants to know, where do I go from here? And when I solved it the first way, I went down one path, and then when I went to solve it again, I went down a completely different path. Or if the suggestions I make to solve aren't what you would do, that's okay. There's different ways to solve this puzzle. But I'm going to give you a couple tips of how I might move forward if I was in this position. First, I'm actually going to look at this region. Grant has divided it such that it's in 2 units of 3. So I know that each of those can contain and has to contain 1 star. But neither of them contain 2, obviously, because they would be touching if there were 2 stars in this set of 3 or 2 in this set of 3. But in this case, I'm going to look at this one, so that this needs to get 1 star. And this mini region is contained in these columns 2 and 3. So I look down the rest of column 2 and 3, what I see is this whole region is contained in columns 2 and 3. And we know that there are 2 stars in this region. There have to be 2. There can't be 1, there can't be 3. So columns 2 and 3, we know that 1 star has to go up here, 2 stars have to go down here, and these 2 columns are going to need 4 stars. And next move would be, okay, the only 2 stars left in the columns 2 or 3 are these 2 cells. So I know that that final star, for columns 2 and 3 must live here. I don't know whether it's here or here, but anytime I know that a star lives in a pair of 2, I know that this cell touches both of these, so it can't contain a star. Same with this one, same with this one, and same with this one. So now I've helped turn this region that was sort of a large region of 7 into 2 clearly defined, a chunk of 3 and a chunk of 2. And then again, whenever I have a chunk of 2, I know that this cell touches both of these cells as well, so that can't contain a star either. I also helped narrow the prospects for this region. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4 empty cells in this region. They need to contain 2 stars. And even though they're not touching, they are touching, they're touching diagonally, and I consider these sort of a diagonal pair. I are here or here, and then the same thing here or here. So down here, I can cancel out this cell because it touches both of those options. And then the same thing can happen up here. I can cancel out this cell because it touches both of those options. I haven't yet placed a star, but we've helped narrow down quite a few options. And by narrowing out those options, we actually place our first star of the game here and follow it up by crossing out everything that touches that star. I'll pause here and see if you can take it from here. We're always here if you have more questions.